Okay, thank you for joining our bar class today. Our theme is weighty matters. So we are going to be, sorry, I'm just starting my timer. We are going to be incorporating our weights into our workout today. That's totally optional, of course. You can always do everything body weight. We're going to start by setting our posture, feet under hips, lifting up super tall all the way to the top of your head. Start to feel your inner thighs engage toward one another. Lift the rib cage up off the waist, make a ton of room for this core to engage down here. Nice gentle curve of the spine. We're not sticking our booty out. We're definitely not tucking our booty, just a gentle curve of the spine with an engaged core. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, lift the chin, level the back of the head over the back of the spine. Feel that perfect balance of your head on top of your spinal column there. Big inhale, exhale, trying to maintain this alignment, this tall posture, this engagement throughout our workout today. Let's start with a warm-up. We're gonna start with our feet in second position. So that's really wide, wider than hip distance. Toes are out at about a 45-degree angle. When we come down into our plie, we want to be able to see our big toes on the inside of our knees, not letting those knees collapse inward. If you can't see your big toes, just close up those feet a little more. We're going to push the knees out over the toes, rise up into a releve. So plie, releve, plie, releve, plie, releve. Trying to keep the head and shoulders straight up to the sky rather than bending over at the waist. Nice. Releve, and you can make this a little more challenging by turning it into a jump, jump. Always start and end on a bent knee with this jump for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Shake it out. We're going to come back to the center floor. Feet are going to be together this time. We're going to come into our battement. That's just a kick with a straight leg in our turnout. So we've got our feet together now in first position, heels together, toes turned out, arms out for support. Sweep that leg forward. Other side sweep. Again, trying to keep the head and shoulders up to the sky. Trying not to bend over at the waist. Just sweeping that leg in front, nice straight leg. Alternating sides. Beautiful. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, our last warm-up move. Let's come into an unweighted Romanian deadlift, alternating with a windmill. So let's have our feet a little wider than hip distance, not quite a full second position. Lifting up, arms out, starting with a bend over from the hips, a hinge to the hips, rise up. Now we're going to sweep to one side, rise up, hinge from the hips, rise up, sweep to the side. So you should feel a little bit of that glute engagement in that unweighted Romanian deadlift, that forward bow. And in our windmill, start to feel your obliques engage to sweep your body down and lift it back up. Just keep this sequence going, center, side, center, and the other side. Nice. 2 more sets. Center and side. Last set. Center and side. Center and side. Nice job. Shake it out. Pick up your weights. We're about to start our arm series. we're going to start with our 90-degree raise countdown. So roll your shoulder blades down your back. Important thing about these 90-degree raises, hips and shoulders stay square to the front. We're not swiveling either one. We're lifting up to our 90-degree raise. We've got one arm in front, one arm to the side. We're going to count down 8, 8, 8, 8, and then 7, 6, 5, 4. You know how it goes. So starting in our position, shoulders down away from the ears. Let's start with our 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, no swiveling. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engaging your core for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We're getting close. 3, 2, 1. Keep them up. 4, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now we're just going to switch side to side. 1, 1, 1, 1. For 8, rock solid with the hips and shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let those arms drop down. We're going to come into an upright row with a releve. So as we lift those weights up, we're going to rise up on our toes. Feet are parallel. Lift. Lead with the elbows. Those weights run right along the front of the body. Keeping the shoulder blades down, not lifting the shoulders up to the ears. Nice. Great row. Releve optional, of course. Row and down. Row and down for 8, 7, 6, 5. Leading with those elbows, shoulders down. 3, 2, and 1. Stay feet on the floor. We're going to pulse, pulse, pulse. Just lifting those weights up and down a few inches. Nice tall posture, core engaged. Feel those shoulders work. They might not have felt at the beginning, but they should be feeling this pulse now. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Leading with the elbows. So the elbows are raising those hands up and down. Nice shoulders down, shoulder blades down the back. Great tall posture for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let them down. Coming into our tricep pulses, we're going to be in our skier position. Feet hip distance apart and parallel, slightly soft knee, hinge at the hip, nice straight spine, not sticking the booty out or in, rolling those weights up above the glutes, keeping them there above the glutes if you can. We're going to pulse up and down, up, up, pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend and lift up really high. Bend those elbows, lift up as high as you can. You should really feel a lot of work happening in those triceps. We're going nice and slow. We get a little bit of a break in between with that bent arm. So really lift and put all the work that you can into that super tall lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, keep it up, tall, 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 4, 3, 2, we're not going to be done, and 1, leave those weights up there, this time pulse in, 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 for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice. Let's come into some together ups to start our bicep work. Weights glued together, elbows 90 degrees, not letting them come below shoulder height. Feet are parallel, tall spine lifting up. Lift those weights up. Working our chest and our shoulders, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Great job. Not letting that drop below 90 degrees. Getting some nice shoulder work in here. Working to keep the elbows parallel, so it's a little easier if we let them flare out. If we're working to keep the upper arms parallel to one another, it's just a little more challenging. Engaging that core, great job. Lift, 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 for 8, 7, 6, 5, working to keep those elbows parallel, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms down. Let's continue that bicep work with alternating bicep crossovers. So keeping the elbows next to the body, just bringing that weight up toward the opposite shoulder. Pretty easy. A little bit of a break here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both arms parallel. We're going to do one side and then the other. We're never coming below parallel. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Keep that arm parallel. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side for 7, 6, 5. Strong shoulders. Press down. 2, and 1, and 7, 6, 5, 4. Great alignment. 2, and 1. Let's try for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 6. So our biceps are a pretty big muscle. They're a little harder to work with these little weights. But if we do all of these reps with tension in between, 2 and 1, we'll definitely get into them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Getting so close to the end of this series. 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, and 1. Now let's just pulse, pulse, pulse. Both arms straight up and down a couple inches, not coming below parallel, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Put your weights to the side, but in reaching distance, because we're going to come back to them at the bar. Your choice, of course, whether you want to do that or not. We're going to start with a chair squat. So we're going to walk our feet super close together, thighs squeeze together, grabbing your chair for balance. We're going to start with feet flat on the floor. we're going to sit way back into that chair. So really thinking about pushing those glutes behind, keeping the knees locked right above those ankles, not letting them creep forward. If you have a super heavy table that's the right height, or you can grab onto a door frame, that's much better than a chair. Something that's a little more fixed is awesome for these. Pushing back, keeping those thighs squeezed for 4, 3. Now feel the distribution of weight between your feet. 2. We all generally favor a side, staying down here for 1. Make sure the weight is even in both feet. You're not letting one side of your body off the hook. We're pulsing here. Pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise it up. Second set, we're going to come up into Releve. So we're up on our toes, keeping that alignment. We've got our chair here or other balance object, so we don't need to worry about kind of leaning forward for our balance or anything. Straight up and down. Squeeze those thighs together. Push back. Rise up. Push back. Rise up. Nice. Feeling those glutes sit way behind you. Pushing back to sit in that chair. Push. Great job. Good depth. Getting a nice deep squat. Squeezing the thighs on the way down and on the way up. You should feel the inner thigh engagement happening here. For 4, 3, 2. We're going to come down and pulse, 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 pulse. Booty way behind you. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Tall, up on the toes. Lots of distance between the heel and the floor. Squeezing those thighs. You should be able to let go and hold your balance from squeezing those thighs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, heels down, grab a weight. We're going to come back up on our toes. This time we are going to let the knees go forward, and we're going to have a tall, straight spine. We've got one hand on the bar, a weight in the other hand, locking your hips in place. We're going to bend down and up. So no movement of the upper body. We're doing some oblique work here by reaching down with that hand and pulling it back up. So all of the movement is coming from your waist, that rib cage heading down, coming back to a tall spine, heels in the air if you can, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise it up, feet down. Switching to the other side. So weight in the other hand, feet and knees, thighs together, squeezing those thighs. Rise up into your releve. So bringing those knees down to a bent position. Nice straight spine here. Reaching to the side and up. Side and up. Nice job. Feel free to use your chair for balance here. We're really challenging that center of gravity. Reaching the rib cage up and over. Feeling your obliques work to lift you, let you down and lift you back up, down and up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now let's pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, heels down. Nice job. So that was definitely some work for the inner thighs and the calves, kind of obscured by the fact that we were also working our core. Makes things a little more bearable. We're going to come into an arabesque with a fly. So foot next to the bar is planted. We're going to hinge forward from the hip, extending that back leg. Nice straight line from the top of the head down to those pointed toes. So don't drop the head, don't crane the neck. Just have the head in line, trying to keep those hips parallel with the floor. Roll the shoulder blade back. We've got this weight in one hand, and we are lifting the weight up to the side in our fly. Great job working our backs. We saved this for the bar portion today. Nice work for that standing leg, that extended leg. You've got the toe pointed. You're using those glutes that we were working on to keep the leg raised. Great job. Keep it up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those with a pulse. Squeeze that shoulder blade together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the weight, release the leg. Let's bring that to the other side. Lots of work with that static arabesque and the fly. Plant the foot that's next to the bar in place, hinging to reach that back leg behind you, head reaching forward. Roll the shoulder blade down the back and lift that arm up in a fly. Feeling that shoulder blade squeeze at the top, hips parallel to the floor. Try not to open them up toward the side of that extended leg. Lift and down, lift. Great job. Lift. Nice soft elbow here. This work is coming from the back and the shoulder. So we don't need to worry about the position of the arm. It's just serving as a weight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up here. Pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that weight down. Great job. We're going to get our paper plate or whatever else you're using as a glider for some rear lunges. I like to use my chair for stability, but that is optional. Facing your bar or chair. Nice straight body here. We're going to keep this back leg straight while we glide to the back. This front knee stays way behind the toes. That puts all the work here into our glute, taking it out of the quad. We're working our glute right now. And I've captured the rug. Rise up. Press back. Rise up. Keep it going. Pressing back. Staying upright and tall with the head and shoulders. Keeping that knee way behind the toes. Nice glide here. Really good. Feel this standing glute working like crazy. Rise up. Back. Rise up. Back. Rise up. For 4. Up. 3, up, 2, up. Last one, stay back here. We're going to bring some work into the standing quad now by bending this back knee, rise up. Bend the back knee, rise up. You can put your glider to the side if it's moving around a little too much. Bending the back knee, rise back up. You can use your chair, work on your balance. You should still definitely feel work in the glute, but also trying to bring some work into this front quad. And up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay down here. Come back to your chair for balance. Back knee bent and straight. Bent and straight. It's just a subtle change. You're bringing some work into this back hamstring now. Lots of work in this front glute, keeping you in position. Trying to keep this front leg bent and straight for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees bent. See if you can balance. See if you can rise up onto that front toe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Shake it out. Get ready to switch sides. This left glute is going to get a little break. Well, the right glute does some work. So plant this right foot, gliding back, back leg straight, knee way, way, way in front, or I guess behind the toes. Give me more room without catching the rug. Lots of weight on the way back, lots of weight on the way in. Feeling the inner thighs, feeling the glutes. This is a great one because it kind of gets basically all the parts of your legs. And up, nice tall straight spine, head and shoulders up to the sky. For 4, 3, 2, beautiful job. Last one, stay back here. You can put the glider to the side. We're going to come into a regular lunge here. So bend the back knee, rise it up. Bend that back knee, rise it up. Again, even in this regular lunge, head and shoulders straight up to the sky. You should feel your hips moving straight up and down. It's kind of a little bit more body intuitive to feel the hips moving front and back in space, but to really concentrate that work, just think about going straight down, lifting straight up, down and up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay down here. Front knee stays bent. Straighten the back knee, bend it. Straighten, bend it. So there's a little bit of core engagement happening when we bend that knee. We're not tucking the pelvis, but it just feels a little different when that knee is bent, when you feel it coming in and this core engagement happening. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here, balance, lift that front heel off the mat if you can for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that heel down, walk it in. One last move at the bar before we come down to the mat for core work. You can pick up a weight if you would like, that is optional. We're going to put that behind our knee, bend this knee, kind of lean over our chair a little, and we're going to lift up to the side. So we are lifting this hip up to the side. We're lifting the hip. That is getting more work in the glute. along with a little bit in the hip flexors right here, working our hamstrings to hold this weight in place. Oops. Not that I'm holding the weight in place very well. Lift up and down, up and down. Nice job. A little bit of core work with the twist. 4, 3, opening up that hip. 2, and 1, staying open here. Lift that arm up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Nice. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weight down. Switching to the other side. Catch the weight behind the knee. Weight is optional, of course. Leaning forward a little bit onto our chair. And we're opening to the other side. Open to the side. Lift that knee up and open. Beautiful. Feel that work happening all the way up the side. In the glute. On the inner thigh on the way down. In that hamstring holding the weight. Awesome compound move here. For 4, 3, 2, stay lifted here. Body is pretty parallel to the wall in front of you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab the weight. Put the chair to the side. We're going to get our mat ready. We're actually going to start with some standing work for our core. Keeping that weight in your hand. Let me get myself set up. We're going to start in a second position plie, holding one weight over our head. So feet are super wide, 45-degree angle. Coming down into this plie, head and shoulders straight up. Try not to bend forward at the waist, pressing outward with those knees. Weight up overhead, lift up and over to one side and then the other. So again, our hips are staying locked in place. This is a nice oblique workout using the weight, but also the weight of our arms and our head and shoulders, lifting up and over, keeping the hips locked in place. Great job, keep it up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here and pulse, pulse, pulse. Shoulders parallel to the wall, not opening up to the side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, we pulse, 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 pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, feet straight, coming down to the mat. For our more traditional core work, we're going to start very traditional with a sit-up, although we're going to have a weight. So you can have your feet flat on the mat, you can have your legs extended, or you can make it a little asymmetric with one leg extended, one foot on the mat. Weight straight up. This weight is going to stay in the same place. We're going to rise up and bring that weight overhead, slowly roll back down. Push that belly down to the mat to lift your head and shoulders up and down. And lift and down. For 4. We're going to do more of these, of course, but this is just on this side. We're going to switch sides. 3, 2, and 1. Switch feet, roll down. Rise up. Nice job. Of course, I should have said the weight is very optional. You can cross your hands over your chest. You can have your arms up with just body weight. You can lightly touch your ears. Whatever works for you for this. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's extend both legs. We're going to slow down, slowly roll down for 8 counts. We're going to rise back up fast, roll down for 8 counts. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, roll down for 8. So lots and lots of control here. Feel the rotation of your pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Rise up, roll down for 8, 7. So this roll down starts here in this lower core. It's pressing down, down, down toward the mat. 2, 1. Rise up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. 2 more for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Up, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You made it. Let's come into a side plank. We're going to do thread the needle. Weight is optional. So for our side plank, we can be on our elbow or on our hand. I'm going to choose elbow. Straight line elbow to hip. If you're on your knees, straight line elbow, hip to knee. Rise up. You can be on one knee, or you can be on both feet, bottom foot in front. Weight optional. Lifting up, reach through to thread the needle. Rise back up. So keeping those hips lifted super high, no matter if you are on your knees or on your feet. Rolling through, reaching as far as you can behind you with that weight. And up for 6, 5, 4, 3. Nice job. Keep it up. We just have 2 more. 2. And then we're going to do a hold, and then we'll be done on this side. And 1. Hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Great job. Let's move it to the other side. Switching hands with the weight. Get set up in your side plank. That top palm is down onto the mat. We'll start with the thread the needle, reaching through, rising back up, keeping those hips high above the mat. Great job. Weight is optional. And up for 4, 3, 2. Get ready for that hold. Last one. Hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come into a bridge. We're going to use body weight resistance here. So walk your feet close to your glutes. Feet are hip distance. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Bring your hands to your hips, a little bit over your belly. Push down with your hands and roll up with your hips. So you should feel a lot of nice resistance happening here with your hands. Now that we're up here, move them to your quads. Press down with your hands while you're lifting up with those glutes. Let go, press down, let go, press down. So this is as much work for your arms as it is for your lower body and your core. Nice little tricep finisher here. Really put a lot of pressure on. And we're not coming down all the way to the mat. We're just tapping down to the mat with those glutes. Press and in. Press and lift for 4, 3, 2. Stay up here. Keep your hands, constant pressure. Pulse, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. We're going to do the same thing of using our arms for pressure. This time we're going to bring those feet up to a 90 degrees, knees bent, palms on the quads, below the knees. Push up. With that push, you're pushing your hands in, roll down. Push your hands in. Your legs are working super hard to stay in that nice 90-degree position. Feel big engagement down here in your lower core. Rise up, push up, roll down, push up, roll down for 4, 3, 2. Keep it up here, constant pressure with the hands, pulse, 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 legs working against that pressure to come down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your knees, come down, rock side to side. Take a tiny rest before our last core move, before we come into our stretch. It's going to be a big one. I'm coming over into our plank variation. So coming up into our plank position, hands under shoulders, fingers nice and spread, straight line from the wrist up to the shoulder. You can be on your knees. If you're on your knees, you're going to twist in, or you can be on your toes. On your toes, we're going to twist that knee toward the opposite elbow. So twist and back, twist and back. Nice job. Big twist. Staying up in this plank. Feel your shoulder blades working. Spine is almost domed in between your shoulders. You're lifting up that much. Core is working, working, working on this twist and in the static plank for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your plank for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your feet, drop your knees, toes together, knees apart, coming back into this child's pose. Arms are in front of you, palms down on the mat, helping you press back into a deeper stretch for the hips and the shoulders. Let's make this a little more of a stretch, coming back up to hands and knees. Knees are really wide. Open those feet, knees and heels are at the edge of the mat, coming into our frog position. And again, push back. This should change the way the stretch feels. Bring it into those inner thighs a little. even more stretch in the hips. Nice, big relaxation here. Forehead down to the mat. Arms are still in front of you, a little bit active. Relaxing into the stretch, trying to let those hips rock back a little further. And come back up to hands and knees. We're gonna roll onto our back and do a laying down figure 4. So take that right ankle, bring it above the left knee. You can reach through for your thigh, for your left thigh, or you can reach through and clasp the left shin, whatever's giving you a bigger stretch on that hip. Trying to keep your spine straight, tailbone down on the mat. Big stretch here. And if you want to take it one more level, straighten that left leg, reach up for the ankle or the foot. Again, try to get the tailbone down to the mat so that you get a good stretch along the back of that extended left leg. Good stretch in the hamstring and in the glute. Let's switch to the other side. Left ankle above, grabbing on first to the thigh or the shin. Let's just start here so the focus is on the bent left leg, giving us a nice hip stretch there, glute stretch. And now we're gonna extend that right leg, reach for the calf, the ankle, or the foot, pressing that tailbone down toward the mat. Flex that right foot if you like, if that gives you more stretch along the back of the leg. Good stretch for the hamstring here. And bringing, unmix yourself, coming up to a standing position, move pretty slowly. Don't pop back up, we don't want any head rush. One foot in front of the other, taking the arm of the back leg, lift it up over your head, reach over in a nice IT band stretch. Also getting this core here, stretch for the shoulder and the arm. Nice up and over. And let's bring it to the other side. Arm up and over. Arm up, which is the same as the leg that's back. Okay, unfurl yourself again. Let's come to our power second position. Super wide, knees pressing out over those toes. Inhale up and exhale down. Let your heart rate slow, take big breaths. One more. Inhale up and exhale down. Great job. Ladies, take your curtsy. Gentlemen, take your bow. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a great workout. Let's
Thank you.
stop our recording.